Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is gonna be my top 10 for Sony. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting because Sony, as of right now, is sort of dominating, but the Switch apparently is catching up within a couple of months already, so impressive. But Sony for a while was dominating. Ever since the release of the PS4 2013 until now, they are dominating. A lot of more games coming to the PS4, a lot of exclusive games going to the PS4, which is a lot of variety. That's why a lot of people are so biased that people are just saying, oh, PS4 is sort of greater than Xbox One, but because it kind of showed, it has more variety for games, sports, JRPG, RPG, shooters, fighting game, you name it. Even there's a lot of free-to-game, has more free-to-play game than the Xbox One, in my opinion. Xbox One has free-to-game, free-to-play, but I think PS4 has even more. But for that, so what can they do? What I wanted them to see that makes me stick with Sony with the PlayStation 4. So with that, let's start this top 10. Number 10, more first-party games. Yeah, there are going to be some first-party games coming already. Two and I think three they've been announced. There's a new Gran Turismo, which I'm not really that interested. A new God of War that's based on he went to the Northland with the Vikings, you know. And then of course Uncharted 4 Legacy, which is you play as Chloe, so that's already there 3 games. Oh, there's also Hotshot Golf's coming, so that's already 4. But I kind of want more first-party game what they're gonna offer, so we'll see what it is. I mean, they're already showing some good first-party games. That's awesome. The Last Guardian was good. Horizon Zero Dawn, people love it. Apparently, Sakurai compared it to The Legend of Zelda. Interesting. So let's see more Sony games. Oh heck, there's even that's coming this June, the remake of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. So there you go. Number 9, PS4 on the go. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony decided to do their version of the PS4 Switch. I doubt it, but if they do, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, sometimes copying someone is flattering, so let's see what happens if they have a mobile PS4. You can play your PS4 games on the go. Well, there's a thing called remote play, so who knows. Okay, so moving on from there is improve PS Now. Make it that people have the game, put it in, there's your backwards compatibility, you own the game, authentication for ownership. I know according to Alex, and he said it before, that the reason why Sony can't do it is that they don't know how to do it. Anybody can just cheat, make a copy of a PS4 version of a game, put it on PS Now, oh, you own the game, so you get free games. So as of right now, they can't. And the thing about PS Now is really, it's a different service than the PS4. That's what it is. Kind of like Netflix or Hulu, something like that. So it is Sony, but it's not like sort of integrated with Sony PS4. It's more of its own service, but you can only play it on the PS4 and the PC. You can't really play it on the computer anymore. They got the PC and PS4. You can't do it on the Vita, can't do it on the PS3, and you can't do it on TVs. So with that, number 7, rail shooters. I want to see more rail shooter for the PS4. I mean, they have one, Galgun 2, but you have to use the controller. Kind of sucky. Come on, make it integrated with PlayStation Move controller. I want to see that. Number 6. Bring out the greatest hit for the PS4. So, if you don't know what greatest hits are popular AAA games that sold 1 million copy, I think, worldwide or in America. Maybe in America, I don't know. But for cheap price. So, they've been doing that since the PS1, the PS2, and the PS3. So, how come it's not on the PS4? I'm just guessing that probably because just now the people are buying, the games are not being, they're unable to sell up to 1 million. Who knows, but it would be nice. But the games do get cheap anyway, so look at Order 1886 is $20. Till Dawn is 20 bucks, and again, it's not because it was a greatest hit, because it's just, well, it's not selling anymore. Well, you know, but still, it would be nice, greatest hit. So bring that back. Number 5, make the online cheaper. It was 50 bucks at one point, and they had to raise it because I know one of the complaints were, how come you're getting the free game? We're getting only a bunch of indie. So they said, fine. Well, if you want retail games for free, then we gotta raise the price. Okay, I can understand that. So why not have another tier version, which you only pay only for the online, you don't get a free game, or you just get a free game and you don't get online or something like that. That would be nice. Like plus, maybe there'll be like plus star, plus minus, something like that, like multiple tier version, giving people option which one. Maybe some people just want, I want free games, but I don't care about the online. Or some say, I just want to play game online, I don't care about the free games. Or I want both, then you get that $60 one per year, or you know how much is, I think it's 24 for 3 months, and some, you know, pattern like that. Hopefully. So, I mean, who knows? That would be nice. That would be nice. Alright. Number 4. I know this is going to be way stupid and probably sick in the head. Sony's version of Amiibo. Okay, I probably doubt this, so I don't think no one's going to do it. But why not? Maybe it'll be funny. It'll be funny. Now Sony's copying Nintendo with the figure. But of course, they already have the Sony figures. I seen them around, like Kratos figure. There's a Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, but you know, maybe, but I really doubt it. I mean, that's just getting too ridiculous. But it would be nice. It'll be funny. I'm just saying it's funny. Alright, number 3. Okay, I know people are gonna probably complain about this. I know probably the way minority this one is. Bring back PlayStation Home. Okay, I know it's a weird thing to experiment. It wasn't that bad in my opinion, but I know for a fact not a lot of people really use it. Even IGN said the number one thing they should get rid of, PlayStation Home, because I mean it's interesting to some extent. You know, it's like they said Second Life, but to some extent, not a lot of people really go in depth in it. But maybe make it like, you know, not so much robust, but maybe make it small. I mean, I know the developer for the PlayStation Home, they have their own free-to-play game, which is Big City Stories. I tried playing that game, but the online for a while was having a problem because it was first I tried to play it when it first launched, and I think now they improved it. Maybe I'll try it again. That's basically the spiritual successor to the PlayStation Home. Mine is the PlayStation stuff. Now it's just basically you're building your own city environment. Maybe it'll be nice. I mean, it has its games, but again, you're right. It's more of a social aspect. It's, I guess I could say, it's sort of a Sony version of Mitomo, Tomodachi, or Mitopia. Just saying, but maybe PlayStation Home, bring it back. Maybe. Alright, number 2, and a lot of people did demand this since the Xbox One, thanks to Phil Spencer, made it a success. I did talk about it on the Xbox Top 5 that the one best thing they did was that they did a special backwards compatibility super sale that most of the games were between $2.50 to $5. Arcade games were $2.50. The retails were $5. So with that, a lot of people requested for Sony, hopefully something, maybe emulator. That, like I said, sort of related to PlayStation Now, and that is backwards compatibility. Yes, it kind of sucked that they got rid of it on PS3. Well, you can play PS1 game, but PS2 they got rid of it. Only the 60, the 20 gig, the big one, the first version worked. But the problem was, according to Sony, it was costing a lot of money. That's what they didn't want to do it anymore. They got rid of it. Again, they're saying, well, why not do an emulator? Why not authentication? And they said they don't have the technology to counter like piracy, so they really didn't want to do it. Another thing I could say is maybe, again, kind of like I mentioned with the Switch, a add-on to just plug it in the PS4 to play older games. Again, main reason, again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Save on power socket, save on HDMI cable, so you only have one console. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be weird, like, oh, there's an attachment to the PS4, but maybe If it's small enough, fine, rather than a big one. Plus, you don't have to have multiple controllers, you can just use the PS4 controller. I'm just saying there. So hopefully maybe Nintendo final, or not Nintendo, excuse me, Sony finally say, okay, well, if the Xbox One can be back compatible, fine, we'll do it with the PS4. Hopefully. Rather, well, either that or just keep doing remastered version. It's ridiculous, but whatever. And number one, I mean, a lot of people keep harping this, and I know even Alex and Anthony basically said that people really just give up on it and just move on. And that is, once again, I'm going to say this, and I said this last year, is please, Sony, find a way to enable to change PSN ID. Please. This is the most number one, well, not so much number one, but it is close to number one request was PSN ID. The other one is back to compatibility. If Sony, or not Sony, if Microsoft can do it with a fee, why can't you do that, Sony? Nintendo, you could do it without a fee to some extent, but you know, I know they say that they don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to work it, and they even said because they're trying to avoid griefing issues, but maybe a fee, maybe something, you know, but really, this kind of can, to some extent, you know, I know it's not really supposed to be not a big deal, but some people do make a big deal about it. Maybe it's just a principle. Yeah, Sony, please able to change PSN ID. Please, please, please. So there you go, my top 10 I want to see from Sony. Sorry, not Nintendo. Sony for PlayStation. They had a good conference last year. Maybe this year again, you know, another surprise. Wait and see. Hopefully, so can't wait for it. So that's my top 10 for Sony. So with that, thanks for listening.